share recorded. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pure English Practice. I'm Karen. It's hot. So I'd like to hear, we're going to talk a lot about how it's hot today because it's a great topic. I think it will get us all talking. I want to introduce you, if you're new, welcome to our free class. We do this about twice a month, and we take turns practicing spoken English and speaking. So if you have your camera on, that's one clue for me that you're interested in speaking. I might call on you. And if you don't have your camera on, you can raise your hand with your digital hand. Can everyone practice that? Like this. You see how I have a hand and you can say, you know, I want to speak. But that's my easy way of knowing. If I see your face, maybe I'll call on you. And if I don't see your face, you can raise your hand and you can keep your camera off. So it's your choice. Okay. I want to say welcome again. If you're new, could you raise a hand? I'd love to know who's new. Is anyone new? I saw someone. Vanya, welcome. Vanya, where are you calling from? Can you tell us? Open your microphone.
Yes, I live in Boston.
Great, you're in Boston. Teachers, we have some teachers in the room. If you're a teacher, raise your hand. Let's see who our teachers are. If you're an English teacher, great. And so we have English teachers. Who has their cards? You can bring those out and find Boston for us. Where's Boston? And I'm going to take a guess here. Here's Boston. We've got Olive, Sock, Boston. I love my cards because they can travel with me. I'm in New Mexico right now. So New Mexico, red pepper, New Mexico. Can everyone try that? We're going to start with Boston and move over to New Mexico. We'll have a few other countries too. Here we go. Olive, sock, Boston. Olive, sock, Boston. Can you try that for me, Vanya?
Olive, sock, Boston.
Beautiful, right? So we're matching, we're using color vowels to identify the vowel sound in the stress, right? So Boston, great. And I'm in New Mexico, red pepper, New Mexico. Is anyone else here from New Mexico today? Not so much. Let's see. Gilson, you want to try being from New Mexico? Say red pepper, New Mexico.
Red pepper, New Mexico.
Great. New Mexico, I was just having a conversation with Now before class started. There's a little confusion sometimes because Mexico is a country, but New Mexico is a state in the United States, right? So New Mexico is where I am, between Texas and Arizona. All right. Let's see, who else is here? Cindy, where are you calling in from? Welcome.
I'm living in San Francisco.
Ooh, San Francisco, San Francisco, San Francisco. You can practice it now. And what do we hear?
Green tea.
It sounds a lot like green tea. So if we have green tea.
Silver pin.
Yeah, so this is San Francisco. And this is San Francisco.
Silver.
Yeah, so try that. Silver pin, San Francisco.
Silver pin, San Francisco.
Great. This would be San Francisco, San Francisco. This is more on target. Okay, they're very close to each other. Look at Now's beautiful image behind her. I'm going to use her for a moment. There's a spotlight of Now. And so Now can show us how green and silver are right next to each other. They're neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why they sound so similar. Yeah. Now, would you like to do a little bit of yoga between green and silver? E.
Okay. E. So green like sounds like E and E, A, E, A. So silver pen is more relaxed. My lips are more relaxed, I think. Yeah. And the tongue is relaxed.
Exactly. So yeah, it was a great guess, in other words, to say green tea, San Francisco. We just adjusted a little bit. Okay. Wonderful. Who else is in the room? Where are you calling in from, Yoko? Are you still in Japan?
Yes, I'm calling from Japan and I'm living in Narita in Chiba Prefecture in
Ooh, I hear,
Japan.
okay, I hear a
Little
lot of
wow.
green. Japan,
Japan,
Japan, Japan. What do we
Japan,
hear? What color? Japan.
Japan, black.
Exactly. Black cat, Japan. Notice, I love that word, Japan, because it has two A's. It could be Japan,
Oh,
right? Japan. So which
Japan,
one in English is the stress?
Japan, the last one.
Okay. So that's why we use our hand, everybody, is because we don't always know where the stress is if you're a learner, and we use the hand to highlight where the long, big sound is. Japan, Japan,
Japan, Japan.
cat, Japan, great. The other reason Japan is such a great word, for so many reasons, but because when we know where the stress is, then we also know what happens to the other syllable. J,
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 Japan, Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, so we have this little J, 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 J in the beginning, and then it becomes big. Yeah, great. It happens with New Mexico too. New Mexico, right? So we have this sound in a lot of place names and a lot of words in English all the time. Beautiful. Let's see. Let's see, Sveta. Hello, Sveta.
Hello.
Hello. Where are you calling in from?
Originally, I am from Russia.
And where do you live now?
Right now, I live in Stone Mountain in Georgia, Atlanta area.
Great, great. So you live in Atlanta. Great. So Russia, Russia. Any-
Russia.
This is a nice opportunity for me to share my chart with you. So let's do that. We'll do a little bit of a warm up so that we know these colors well, especially if you're new to Color Vowel or Blue Canoe or both. Blue Canoe is our app. Color Vowel is our method. And we are Pure English Practice together, right? That's our event. All right. So Pure English Practice. Notice how already I can use these images to highlight how words sound. So pure, I could make it blue. Yes, teachers, also purple, right? Pure purple shirt, pure English, silver pin, English, and practice, black cat practice. I'd love to take turns where you'll say pure or English or practice with the color vowel. So if I call on you, you'll say purple shirt, pure. The next person, silver pin, English. And the third person, black cat practice. Can I have a volunteer for pure? Purple shirt, pure. I see, maybe I'm letting someone in there. Sveta, would you like to try purple shirt, pure for me?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Purple shirt, pure.
Great. A little bit more time. Could you like purple shirt, pure? Yeah.
Okay. Purple shirt, pure.
Great. And then we're going to match all of those syllables so they're exactly the same. The in purple, the in pure, purple shirt, and pure. Yeah. So try that one more time, matching.
Okay. Purple shirt, pure.
Beautiful. And that Y sound, we'll get to that. That's beautiful. Great. English. Carlos, I see you. Would you like to try silver pin English? And we need to unmute you, please. It might take a moment. I see you're on an iPad and it can, yeah, good job. Hi.
Hi,
Hi. Where are you calling from?
I am from Cuba, but now I live in USA, Tennessee, City Chattanooga.
Ooh, Chattanooga. I love that word. Chattanooga. Fun word. We'll come to that. I like Cuba, though. Hold on to that. Dawn, I know you're in the room, so remind me about Cuba if I forget. All right. Carlos, this is your turn. You're going to say silver pen English.
Silver pen English.
Great. So we're using our hand to create time. Yeah. And that's why it's not just here. It's actually an extension of your elbow. Silver pen English.
Silver pen English.
Beautiful. This method is built into Blue Canoe, the app, as well as our method, because it is the secret to being better understood. When you spend more time, people understand you more. So we're getting in a habit because your brain is probably thinking of a different time based on your first language. Carlos, what's your first language? Your native language?
My language is Spanish.
Yeah, good. It's Spanish. And so Spanish has its own special clock, its own time. And English has a different clock with
Yes.
more time and less time. It's very different. It's an interesting clock.
Yes,
All right.
really.
Wonderful. Anis, hello.
Hello.
Anis, where are you? What's your first language?
Farsi.
Farsi. Beautiful. Can I give you this one? It's Black Cat Practice.
Black cat practice.
Great. I can hear that right there. Beautiful, Dawn. You have your black cat card. So we're using this symbol and we're using our hand together. And we can talk about why, but for now we're going to move along with a little bit of warm up with a slideshow. Yeah. And let's see, I might call on some, let's see, is there a teacher who would like to do the warm up as I run the slideshow? A volunteer? I talk a lot. Yeah, Dawn, beautiful. I love having Dawn. All right, everyone repeat after Dawn. Go ahead,
Oh,
you're ready.
you
with your routine. Yeah.
Oh, okay, the whole thing. Okay. Green tea.
Green tea.
E.
Silver pin.
Silver pen air.
Good. Be careful and take care, everybody, to have the same sound in all three words. So silver pin. Try that one more time.
Silver
pen air.
Oh, I heard more of the same. That was great. Well done. Okay, Dawn.
Gray day.
Gray.
Day.
Good. That's
Red pepper.
Red pepper.
okay. I didn't hold on. I didn't hear I heard there was a man's voice I did not hear this time. I think maybe it was Carlos. I can't hear everybody. I want to hear everybody. So Carlos, can I hear you? I want to hear red pepper.
Red pepper air.
Very nice. Beautiful. Everybody, microphones open. It's beautiful. Go Dawn.
Black cat.
Black cat.
Good. Again, be sure it's the same on all three. I heard black cat from someone. So black cat
Black cat.
better. Very good.
Olive sock.
Olive sock.
Good. I love olive sock because it's the lowest jaw. Nice big open mouth.
Olive sock.
Yep, like you're going to the doctor when the doctor looks in your mouth.
Doctor.
Great.
And doctor is an olive sock word.
I know, isn't it great?
Doctor.
Auburn dog.
Auburn dog.
Great.
Turquoise toy.
Turquoise toy.
Turquoise is always a hard one.
That is, it's a huge
Yes.
mover. Oi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy. Turquoise.
Orange door or.
Orange door.
Oh.
Good, everybody.
Rose boat O.
Rose
Rose
boat.
boat.
Wooden hook
Wooden
Wooden
hook.
hook.
Oh,
Not
hold on 1 minute.
uh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wooden
Oh.
hook.
that was nice. Yeah, that idea of matching all three helps a lot. Okay, great. Keep going.
Blue moon ooh.
Blue moon.
Ooh.
Great. A cup.
A cup of mustard
A
A
cup
cup
of
of
mustard.
Good. Everyone, so I'll say that one more time. Just it's kind of, it takes practice, but once you have a cup, mustard, full. Uh-huh. Very nice. Good job. Next one.
What did you do with a closed fist there, Karen?
A cup of yeah. I apologize. That was a
Cup
little
of
unclear. But we're
mustard.
grabbing that vowel out of mustard and then
Okay.
Master.
All right.
Purple shirt
Purple shirt.
Hey, that was really
Purple
good. I
shirt.
like the purples. Mhm.
brown cow owl. White tie eye.
Wonderful. All right, I'm going to stop there. So each sound of English, each vowel sound of English has its own image and its own sound, its own color, right? That allows us to ask strange questions like, what color is, let me give you some,
Cuba.
I have a nice list here. Where's my list?
Cuba.
Cuba. What color is Cuba?
Cuba.
You are.
Oh.
Cuba.
Blue moon.
Moon. Cuba. Blue moon.
Cuba, exactly. Blue moon, Cuba. What color is Russia again? Do we remember?
Cup of mustard.
That's right.
mustard, I think.
Exactly. Great. And then what about Georgia? That one's tricky.
Oh. Purple shirt. Rose boat.
Olive sock.
Oh, I heard a lot of things there. All right, let's take a look at Georgia. I think that's a nice tricky one for us. And I'll share, hold on here. Oh,
Auburn dog.
could be. I think the important thing about whatever color we use, because there are many right ways to say this word, okay? We're flexible people, we're humans, is that there is an in Georgia. And let me come back here. For a minute.
Purple shirt.
Exactly. But it's not Georgia, right? We know it's not purple shirt Georgia, but it's sort of like Georgia. So now what we can do with Georgia is say, well, there's something more than just the purple sound. We need to start somewhere and move to purple. So I'd like to demonstrate what it might sound if I came from this area. Georgia. 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 Olive sock, Georgia. Are any of these Georgia?
No.
No? So it's not green tea, Georgia, or red pepper, Georgia, or olive sock, Georgia. That's starting to sound interesting though. Huh? If I move to Auburn, Georgia, is that Georgia?
Yes.
No.
It's one option. Is that how you say it, Dawn? Is with Auburn? No? You come up a little bit? Okay.
Auburn.
So some people use Auburn to purple. A lot of us use orange
Orange,
or
orange or Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah, Georgia, Georgia. Or if you're in canoe, rose, boat,
Or
Georgia, Georgia.
Georgia, orange or Georgia.
Yes. So we have some options. Georgia, 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 not Georgia, right? Not Georgia. Georgia. Okay. So many right answers. Okay. Beautiful. Nicely done. I'm going to now ask about the heat for a minute. I told you I would. How are you doing where you are in Georgia? I'm going to ask that of Sveta. Sveta, you're in Chattanooga, is that right?
No, I'm in Stone Mountain.
Where is that?
I'm in Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain in Tennessee.
And in Georgia.
In Georgia, that's right. Sorry, Georgia.
In Tennessee.
Let me ask, and now I'm just going to ask people, is it hot there?
Yeah, yes, it's very hot.
And so what are you doing to beat the heat? That's my question, right? Try it. What are you doing to beat the heat? Try it again. Here we go. What are you doing to beat the heat? Okay. And stop. I'm going to ask you to mute everybody, mute yourselves so that you can speak without any overlap with just me. And I'm giving you this little kind of question because it's an easy way to start a conversation with someone else close to you, since most of us are in, hot conditions, right? So here it is. We're trying some pure practice. This is the moment of pure practice. Do what I do and say what I say with me in time. What are you doing to beat the heat? Try it again. What are you doing to beat the heat? Now just try this. Beat the heat. Beat the heat. Whole phrase. What are you doing to beat the heat? What are you doing to beat the heat? What are you doing to beat the heat? Little phrase, here we go. Beat the heat, beat the heat. What are you doing to beat the heat? Okay, and stop. Repeat after me if I call on you. Open your mics so we can just have some practice. I'm going to ask first, Jilson, what are you doing to beat the heat? Your turn right now.
What are you doing,
What are you doing to
the
beat?
heat?
Great. So keep your, don't speak out loud unless I call on you, or you can mute. Okay. So let's hear Jilson. 1, 2, here you go.
What are you doing to beat the heat?
Great. Nako. Oh, I just kind of surprised you.
Yes.
Are you ready? What are you doing to beat the heat? Here's
What
your
are you doing
turn.
to beat the heat?
Try it again.
What are you doing to beat the heat?
Great. Do it with a little more arm so there's more time on those. What are you doing to beat the heat? Keep my time go.
What are you doing to beat the heat?
Great. Did you hear that, everybody? We heard ba 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 ba. Yeah. Great. Vanya, try that.
What are you doing to beat the heat?
Great. Sveta.
What are you doing to beat the heat?
Great. Now notice and stop with what are you doing? There are many right ways to say that, but I'm going to draw attention to a little thing we do in North America. Instead of what are you doing, we're going to say, what are you? What are you? So the T of what becomes a kind of a D sound to connect. What are you? What are you? What are you doing to beat the heat? You want to try that, Sveta? Go.
What are you doing to beat the heat?
Great. It's so much easier in that North American context. It keeps the rhythm a little more easily. Okay. But again, the what are you doing is okay as well. Reina, can we hear from you?
What are you doing to beat the heat?
Nice timing. Beautiful. Anis. What are you doing to beat the heat? Here's
What are you doing to beat the heat?
Good. Try that again with full hands.
What are you doing to beat the heat?
Good. To beat the heat. We have beat the heat, beat the heat.
Beat the heat.
Notice. Good.
What
The.
are you doing to beat the heat?
Nice. Good. So that word the
The heat.
it's so small, everyone. It becomes the
The
heat,
the heat.
the heat.
The heat.
Good. The heat.
The heat.
Yes. Oh, wow. That was beautiful, Anise. Is it Anise or something else? Tell me.
Anis. Yes,
Anis.
correct. Anis.
Okay, Anise. So everyone, did you hear that? The heat. I heard a huge change where I could hear the word. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the is this small, the heat. Try that.
The heat.
Yes. Good. We're going to try a few others. We've got the temperature. The temperature. Let's hear that. The temperature. The temperature. What color is temperature? Ah. The temperature. The temperature. One more time. And the temperature. The temperature. Yeah. Carlos, you'll try that. The temperature. Great. I can't hear you. Your iPad is right now. If you can unmute. The temperature. One more time. I'll ask you to unmute. Carlos, you want to take a turn?
Okay.
Great. The temperature.
The temperature.
Great. The temperature. One more time.
The temperature.
Nice, nice. Okay, so that question, what are you doing to beat the heat? Take the chat, take a moment in the chat and write the different things you're doing to beat the heat or to stay out of the heat. When we say beat the heat, it's to stay out. What are you doing to beat the heat? Let's get some verbs. For example, I'm using my fan. I know that's a kind of a lazy example, but I'm using my fan. Good. Vanya, you're staying indoors. S is lucky. It's not hot there. I'm glad for you. The rest of us are, we're fanning ourselves. Great. What else do you do to beat the heat? Okay, you hydrate. Hydrate's a great word. What else?
Take a shower.
Again and again and again. Okay. Take a shower. Great. So we have a lot of ideas there. We're going to use good. I'm eating ice cream. I hydrate. I drink cool water. Good. So those of you who have written, I'm just going to ask you, what are you doing to beat the heat? And you say, I'm using my fan. I'm staying. We're using ing. Probably, yeah, or I drink a lot of water all the time. So you can make a choice there. Linda, for example, Linda, why don't we have you? What are you doing to beat the heat? I see Linda there. Maybe she needs to unmute. I haven't seen you for a long time.
Hello.
Hello. Linda, what are you doing to beat the heat?
What do I do to beat the heat? I hydrate frequently.
What does that mean for everybody?
Drink water.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing. Hydrating, right?
Right.
Drinking a lot of water. Great. Great. And
Yep.
so, thank you so much. Let's see. I'd like two more examples from our chat. Help me out. Where do we go with my chat? Oh, the computers. Here we go. Now, what are you doing to beat the heat?
I drink cool water.
Yes, thank you. Nung, exactly. I'm drinking cool water. Me too. Now, what about you?
I'm eating ice cream.
Okay, I'm jealous. Sveta, what are you doing these days to beat the heat?
I am swimming in the water.
Great, I'm swimming a lot, exactly. And Jesselyn, what are you doing to beat the heat? This is a very good tip, by the way.
I'm keeping the house dark during the day.
Yeah, I'm doing that too. I keep all the shades down. Okay, fantastic. All right, everybody. Let's see, I want to watch my time. I always, I feel like I want to teach an hour, but this is a 30 or 40 minute class. I promised in my class notes that we would visit invisible sounds today. Now, if that sounds a little bit strange, I can understand that. It sounds a little strange. Invisible sounds. It's sort of the opposite of silent letters. Has anyone heard of a silent letter before in English? Right? Like the word, I don't know, love.
Yes, yes.
Right? So the word love has a silent letter. What's the silent letter in love?
The E at the end.
Right, exactly. So it's L-O-V-E and the E is silent. We don't say lovey or love, right? It's a silent letter. Good.
Love.
We know that we have silent letters like the GH in night or something like that.
Yes.
But we also have this thing called invisible sounds.
Same as knife.
Invisible sounds. So some of those invisible sounds are in words. Let's take a look at these words. One example. Here we go. So these are some of the words I mentioned in my email to you. Okay. Some of these words have invisible sounds and some of them don't. And the one invisible sound we're going to explore today is this one. If you see my hand here, it's yeah. Everybody say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the sign language.
Yeah.
This is American Sign Language for Y. So this is the
Y.
Y sound. Okay, yeah. And I'm going to give you one example here with the word musical. Musical. Can you hear the y? Y? Say music. Music.
Music.
Yeah,
Music.
exactly. So if I
Music.
take this right here, I just put a little Y right there. And can you hear there's a little Y right there?
Music.
Yeah, if I step away. Music. Music.
Music.
You can really hear it if you take away the M and just say music. Music.
Music.
Good. Then add
Music.
the M and you have
Music.
Music.
Great.
Yes.
All right. With all of these, we're going to see whether they have an invisible sound. So here's my second word. Second word. Cucumber.
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 I think it
Cucumber.
also helps to listen to it without, if you don't put the invisible sound in, here's how it sounds. Cucumber. Cucumber.
Cucumber.
So now cucumber. Exactly. So let's listen. I have two hands up here. I'm going to keep a fist for the one that's not correct and the one that has the Y in it. Cucumber, 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 cucumber. Can you hear the difference?
Cucumber.
Yeah, cucumber. Great.
Cucumber.
Okay, wonderful.
Cucumber.
Yeah, so I can do the same thing here. What I'll do is ask, I'm going to go ahead and slideshow. There we go. Oh, and Cuba's there. Thank you so much. All right. So I've added these invisible Y's in here, right? And we can see that some of these words have Y's and some do not. So let's try musical, cucumber, humorous.
Cucumber.
Musical.
Musical.
Cucumber. Humorous.
Humorous.
Yep. So I'm going to make a
Humorous.
little chant with this. Here's how it goes. I'm just using these three words. Musical, cucumber, humorous. Musical,
Musical.
Cucumber.
Cucumber. Humorous.
Musical.
Musical.
Humorous.
Cucumber. Humorous.
Humorous.
wonderful. Now try these
Humorous.
three. Are you ready? Humid,
Yes.
Humid.
Humid.
Mute.
Cute.
Cute.
Humid.
Mute.
Cute.
Cute.
Great. I can hear that. So now,
Humid.
what's your question? Don't you have a question? How do I know? Ask the question. How do I know?
When is the invisible sound there?
Yeah. So here's the answer that will not satisfy you. The answer is you have to listen for it. You have to listen for it. That's the beautiful thing. We always think like, I want to see it with my eyes, but I'm telling you, it's invisible. You have to use a different sense. So you have to listen. And it's a good thing you have ears. You can do this. So when you notice it, you're like, oh, that has the Y in it, right? Here's Cuba. I love Cuba. I love how did you get that there? That was amazing. So if we don't have a Y in there, it's Cuba, and that is Cuba in Spanish. But in
Yes.
English, we change it to
Cuba.
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 Yeah,
Cuba.
Cuba, beautiful. Carlos. Yeah, so Cuba has a little Y right there. Often you'll find, you know, you'll see some patterns. The CU pattern, the MU pattern. Can you think of another word like musical that is not the full musical, but is MU that has mu?
Musical.
Mute, exactly.
Mute.
So,
Museum.
uh-huh,
Music.
very good. Let's use the chat for this
Musician.
for a moment. In the chat, we've got musical, mute, museum, exactly.
Museum.
Any others?
Museum. Museum. Munster.
Munster. Now, Munster doesn't use a Y. That was a good guess, though. It's just Munster.
Mouse. What about the mouse? Computer mouse.
Mouse.
No.
No Y. There's no
Music.
No, mouse.
Musician.
Yeah. But mucus, Jesselyn has a great one. Mucus. Mucus.
Mucus.
Mucus.
Mucus.
You're looking in the chat.
Mucus.
That's where these words are written, okay?
Mucus.
So look in the chat for a moment. We'll say museum, musical, mute, museum, musical,
Musical.
Great, great. Okay. So the trick is to listen mostly, but you'll start to find some patterns. Another common pattern is CU, like cute. Can you think of a few others? Cute.
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 Cube.
Cube. Very good.
Cute.
Curious.
Cute.
Pure. Yep.
Vacuum.
Curator.
Cute.
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 Okay. Cute.
Cute.
So we have 5 cute words. Cute, cure, cube. Try that. Cute, cure, excellent, excellent. So we have those invisible sounds there. There are 2 sounds in curious. Everyone try curious.
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 Hear both of the Y's.
Curious. Curious.
Curious.
Curious.
So now stop for a minute. Go ahead and mute yourselves, please.
Curious.
Mute yourselves and try this. You. Oh, mute yourselves. This is the part of your
You.
practice. Let's go ahead and mute. There we go. So it's silent. You're just speaking with me on your own. You ready? Here we go. Boom. You. Try that 2 more times. You. Unit. Unit. You. Cucumber. Cucumber. Add the C. Cucumber. Good. And curious. Listen to the end. Yes. Urious. And add the C. Curious. Yeah. Curious. He's unusually curious. Try that. He's unusually curious. Like a little boy, right? He's unusually curious. And he's unusually curious. Add music to the end. Here we go. He's unusually curious about music. He's unusually curious about music. Use your hand. He's unusually curious about music. He's unusually curious about music. Oh, and finish up with you. You, and stop. Now, there's one other pattern in here of these invisible sounds I've been showing you today. All of these words are one color. Think about that. Beautiful, cucumber, curious, if we make it blue, cube, cure, cute, mutual, mucus, museum is a green word, but what's that syllable? Mu. One more. Cube. What color are all of these words, everybody? You can open up your mics. Cube, cute. Yeah, they're all blue. So that's the other pattern, is if the word is blue and it starts with an M or a C in that syllable, you can start, oh, listen, maybe there's an invisible Y in there, okay? So it's very common that blue words will have that Y before the blue part, okay? Any questions about that idea today? I'm opening up for other questions too. Did you bring any words with you or any?
Well, I have a question. So this "y" sound, to me, this sounds like a vowel. Why is it not there in the chart?
Great. It does sound a lot like the green sound, right? Okay. So essentially, Y is the consonant form of green. That's kind of a big idea right there, right? So if we come up, this is E, everyone say E. A vowel can be continued. It's one sound. You can hold your voice, whereas Y, the Y sound has a very strong push and an ending to it. That is a consonant sound. Like yes. Notice that it's not yes, it's yes, right? So that Y sound is a consonant. And then if we have a word like a difficult word, let's take a word like one of those difficult ones, like yield. Look in the chat to find yield. Has anyone ever struggled with that word? Yield.
Yield.
Yield. It's a sign, you know, it's a street sign. We don't, yeah, it means to kind of watch out, don't stop, but be ready to stop in case you're yielding to someone else who's in the space, right? So that word starts with Y, but it's followed by that green sound. Y, yield, yield.
Yield. I see.
What do you think about that, Yoko?
Oh,
that's neat, right?
Yes, for Japanese, very difficult to tell E sound and E sound and E sound. Everything is E in Japanese. So my question is, E sound is vibrated or
yeah, it is. The big difference is, and here I'm going to use the body instead of describe it. Watch. E, y. Everyone try that like a diving board on a pool. E, y. So when I'm holding it here, E, it's the vowel. Okay. E. And when I bounce, that is the consonant behavior. E, y. Good. Now try E, yield.
Yield. Yield.
Yield.
Oh, that means not vibrated. The movement is.
Yeah, it's actually a flex of the muscle back here. So another way is to feel it instead of this metaphor. I want you to feel it here and say E. And you can feel these two muscles or here under the tongue. E. You should feel it flexing and kind of bulging, that muscle. Okay. E. The equivalent of that is to go over to blue. So over here's, I don't have my chart with me today. I'm in a different place, but you can see green. Here's blue. Say ooh. That is the same phenomenon. That is blue with its consonant equivalent, which is w. like W. W. And so if we take a word like wood,
Wood.
wood,
Wood.
right? So we have wood is actually a wooden sound.
Oh, okay.
That
So wood is consonant, and it follows by with vowel. The consonant and vowel together. Wood.
Wood, exactly.
Oh,
So we can
movement.
come up to the top of blue, wood, wood.
Wood.
And over here is yield, yield.
Yield. Oh, so I don't have to make vibrated the Y sound. I misunderstood. Y sound have to be vibrated, but you talking about movement.
Yeah,
So that's the
actual
key
movement.
to
Because it's
tell-
already vibrating. It's a vibrating sound, all of it. Y and the green sound are all vibrating using the voice. Yield.
Okay.
Okay. But what you have to do is kind of get on that jumping board, that diving board. Yield.
Yield. Yield. Okay, how about alphabet U sound? So the same Y and vowel U.
To name that letter, yes.
Right.
You.
See, okay, I understand.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, so do this for me and imagine you. How many syllables is you? One, right?
Okay,
Okay, but I want you to imagine it as 2 syllables and say EU. EU.
EU.
Good. Now you can trim away the first sound E, but keep that EU to you.
You.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. I understand.
Wonderful.
Clear. Thank you very much.
All right. Yes. And Gilson mentioned the linguistic thing. Y is called a semi-vowel because it behaves like both, right? So it can be the Y in sky or happy. That Y is also a vowel, but that's a letter observation, right? So the letter Y can represent a vowel or a consonant, but that Y sound is a consonant. Okay, wonderful. Nung, you mentioned quarter. Do you have a question about quarter?
Yeah, because like the sound quarter and question. Let the Q maybe sound different, right, Karen?
Yeah, that's a very
Quarter and question. Q.
most. What do we know about most QU words? Queen, quiet.
Quiet.
What can we say about those? The QU sounds like what?
Question. Request.
Request. Good.
Yeah.
All of those QU. Let's put those in the chat so we can see them. Quest, request, quiet. Okay.
Quiet.
All of those are following a very strong pattern where Q and U represent what sound?
W.
Qu. Yeah, there's a W, exactly.
W.
That's well put. So where the U is like a W, qu,
Okay.
and the Q is
Qu.
like a K, right? So we could say,
How about different quarter?
now quarter's different. And
Yeah.
that's why you're raising such a good question. Listen to it. Let's not look at it. Quarter, quarter. Now let me just
Quarter.
say the first syllable. Core. What word does that
Core.
sound like? Core,
Core.
core,
Core. C.
like core. C-O-R-E, right? It sounds like an
Right.
apple core, or like
Core.
my core, your strength in your body is your core strength.
Yeah.
Right? So now take core, corridor. Exactly, Linda. Okay. Corridor, core. So now say quarter,
Corridor.
quarter. Mhm. Quarter. Yeah. So it looks like quarter, qua, but it's not. Quarter,
Quarter.
quarter. Okay. Quarter. Does that help?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, let's just put in a quick sentence. Do you have can I borrow a quarter? Can I borrow a quarter? You wanna try
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead and ask. Ask that. I'll say yes.
Oh. Can I order quarter?
Can I borrow a quarter?
Can I borrow a quarter?
Beautiful. Again.
Can I order? I'm sorry. Can I borrow a quarter?
Great. What color is borrow? Borrow.
Olive.
Yes. Try it again.
Borrow.
Good. Can I borrow a quarter?
Can I borrow a quarter?
Beautiful. 3 times is such a nice number, right? It
Right.
helps form a habit. So that's your chant for the rest of the night. Okay, Nung is, can I
Yes.
borrow a quarter?
Can I borrow a quarter?
Right. The only problem is it's so old. We don't borrow quarters anymore, do we? Now we use Venmo or our cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but you know, borrow a quarter. It's a nice idea.
Can I borrow? That's what mean I next to you.
Wonderful. Any final other questions? The concept today has been invisible sounds, and the disappointing news was that you have to listen for them because they're invisible, right? So now I want you to listen for invisible sounds in words you hear this week. You know, and start saying, oh, is there an invisible Y in there? Is there an invisible W in there? Right? And next time we come together, you can bring some invisible sounds to our discussion. We also played with the extremes of the chart. Y up here at the top of green, E, and W at the top of blue, oo, that those are 2 sides of the same sound coin. To talk about quarters, one side of the coin is a consonant, the other side is a vowel. And so we're at the extremes inside of our mouth. We're coming into a place where we touch and make a consonant sound. Okay. Those are some major concepts. Are there any other big ahas or takeaways today that you can share? Something you'll remember from today. Yoko, you had an aha. When I say an aha, it's like a thing where you're like, oh.
A big realization. You're asking me
Exactly, that's the aha.
a lot of things. So I can't choose one of them, but yeah, Y sound.
Yeah.
I totally misunderstood. Y sound has a vibrated sounds, but now I learned how to move is the key to tell the green tea and Y sound and silver pen. Because E, everything, all the same sound in Japanese. E, that's it, just one vowel. So
Great.
I learned that. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Okay, wonderful. Any other ahas to share? Okay, everyone stay cool. Do those things like Jesselyn, you know, keep your house dark and drink that water and I don't know, turn on that fan.
Yes.
And we'll see you next, let's see, it's going to be
Few weeks.
August, a few weeks now. We'll get together on the first Thursday at the same time of August, first Thursday of August. Okay. Keep in touch. If you have any questions, we'll see you next time, but I'm always on email at Karen@colorvowel.com or Karen@bluecanoelearning.com. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank
you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful time. Thank you.
Me too. I love seeing you. Bye-bye.
Bye.